This is Jacob13 here, and today I'm going to be doing a France squad review, and I'm going to go ahead and start off with the goalkeeper. And there's two players you can use here, Lloris and Mandanda. I've used Mandanda, and he's pretty decent. Haven't used Lloris. I've meant to, but I haven't used him yet. But he's got decent stats. He's one rating higher than Mandanda, so... Okay, now on to the right back, and it's going to be Conco. Now you can use Sonya here or a couple of other right backs that are also decent, but I'd say Conco is probably the best. And then at the left back, we're going to have Clichy. Yeah. And you could use Patrice Evra there, and a couple other players as well. But I'd say Clichy is probably the better left back. You know, you do like your outside backs to have pace. So he also has decent stats, other than his shooting. Conco's stats also are really decent, except for the shooting. But even the shooting is pretty decent compared to Clichy's. And then on to the two center backs. Now you could use a lot of players here. There's loads and loads of players you can use in the center back position for France, and I'm going to go with Koscielny and Mangala, and obviously it's going to be the upgraded Koscielny. Now there's also Destin, and then one other center back that's fairly slow but really good. I forget his name. And then there's Varane, who's good, Kabul, and lots of center backs that you can use. But Mangala and Koscielny both do well in game, and they both are decent headers of the ball, especially Mangala with the 87 heading. And I really wish his inform was for the center back position. You know, he got an inform, but it was the left back. It'd be an amazing center back card to have. Now on to the defensive mid, and there's a couple of players you could use here, and I went with Matuidi. Now you could use either of these inform versions. I just put in the normal one because the informs are fairly expensive. But he's got decent stats all around, except for his shooting. And the only real problem is that he doesn't have a 3-star skill. He has 2-star skill moves, but not too big of an issue. And out on the left, we have Alessandrini. Now, if you have the coins, obviously you're going to want to buy Ribery, but he's a lot more expensive than Alessandrini. Alessandrini basically discard value, but he's a really good player. As you can see, 91 pace, 78 dribbling, 74 shooting, and 75 passing, all decent stats. Lacks defending, but you don't really need your outside mids to have defending too much. So now on to the other outside mid, and it's going to be Ben Arfa, and he's probably the best for the position. I like using him because he's got the 5-star skills, along with decent pace, decent shooting, and passing, and then amazing dribbling with 86. Now on to the offensive mid, and again, a couple of players you can use here. France, pretty much every position you could use one of two players, or one of three players, but I'd say the best are probably Valbuena and Nasri, but Nasri is a little bit better. And so he goes in there, and he's not that expensive this year. Well, he wasn't that expensive last year, but like at this point in the game, he's not that expensive. I think around like 8,000 coins, so pretty cheap, and he's got really good stats for an offensive mid. And now on to these two strikers, and again, a couple of different striker partnerships you could use. I went with Benzema and Remy. Yeah, Benzema and Remy up there. You could use Menez if you wanted to. I played with Menez a couple of times, and he's really good on the ball, but he doesn't really do that well with shooting or heading for me. He's really just, a creator in the team. And so, anyways, Benzema and Remy up front. I don't really like Benzema that much either, but a lot of people do like Benzema, and he is pretty decent. So that team not costing very much, only around 33,000. So if you have the coins, I'd definitely go out and buy it. If you could use a 3 defense formation, it just depends on if you like which formation you like, and if you like using these two outside backs, like because there are so many center backs, you go with 3 defense formation. But anyways, so that is the team. There's not very many weak points. Conco maybe, but not really. He's a decent all-around player. He's non-rare gold, but he's still very good. And other than that, the strong points I would say are Raimi and Mangala. Mangala I love using. He's a really solid center back. So that's about it. That'll be the end of this video. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.